Hey YouTubers, Redneck Brian here. This is just going to be a quick shop update and an update on two previous videos I've done. First update on the two previous videos. Both of the videos are called Typical Ford, Part 1 and Part 2. The first Typical Ford video I did, I showed that Ford Excursion, I believe they're called. No, not Excursion, sorry, Ford the Explorer pickup trucks. I found out from the guy, my neighbor across the street, the owner's friend, that the first when that truck was towed away, it was the rear end that went out. Yes, and it's an 06, low as not even 100,000 on it, and the rear end went out. And then I did the second video of the Ford. It was like the what do you call it's just that red Ford I did the video on, the Typical Ford Part 2. That it was the alternator, and so they put a new alternator and a battery in, and it's now back. But the guy was telling me just after the tow truck came, when I did that video, the tow truck taking away the little red Ford, the Explorer truck was there again, and the front end went out on it this time. The guy has had to put a new front end and a new rear end in that truck, all within 2 months of one another. Yeah, those trucks suck. I'll post a link to each video, Typical Ford Part 1 and Typical Ford Part 2, to this video. And here's just a quick shop update. Let me plug in the light going upstairs so you can see. As you can see, I got a couch up there now. I built it myself. So upstairs is going to be a little sitting area. And yes, I still got the little blue generator. Guy came to look at it and didn't want it. Don't care. And I got TV, satellite receiver. That's just the temporary light. And this is the room I built on. I never did any videos of this because we're too busy doing it. I'll show you from the outside in a minute. And there's another plug wired in right there. That's going to be a light switch. I'm not touching those wires right now because they are live. That is why the black wire is capped. That's live because it gets power from that circuit right there where the light switch is. As you can see, if you never noticed before, there's some new wires and one new line sticking up through there. So there's actually technically two new lines, one 3 conductor, one 2 conductor. New 3 conductor is coming outside here to my motion light. It's back up, and then from there it continues on to a new service plug, which you can't really see up there because this light here, let me see if I can get it to come on. There we go. Just right up there in the corner. So I'm just gonna staple in the wires. Now if you can see it out here, I'll show you my addition. That's basically the top of the roof line right there. There we go. My camera focused in. I guess this camera does have a little bit of night vision. Neat. So then there's my satellite dish. It's pretty dark. So. And some of you might be wondering, oh, why wouldn't I just run a satellite line from the house? I could have, but one less hole inside of my house, and it was just easier to put the dish on the shop here. So as you can see, my shop floor is cleaned. There's the Onan. Its new name is Jenny 1, and the Gentech is Jenny 2 because they're both 4,000 watts, but Jenny 2 is the only one that runs. And 2-stroke, I guess you can call it Jenny 3. It does run, but it's a bugger to start being a 2-stroke. Also, it's running really rich on oil. So, and I'm going to be doing a video soon on the Onan. I'm going to, there we go, pull the carburetor off and clean it. Let's see if that will help it start. Let's just do a quick crank. That battery should be okay. See if we can catch a little spark off the battery again. Sparks are always good for ratings. So yeah, the battery's kind of low. If you don't remember, when this thing runs, it doesn't have an alternator to keep it charged. So I gotta figure out something for that. And this here will start up one pull. Should at least, actually. It has all the other times. Maybe that's not adjusted. Try it like that. Oh, I know what's wrong. I turned the gas off. Who cares? It runs, so I haven't started that up in over a week, so that's why it's not starting up just like that. So not a big deal. So anyways, that is this quick video on what I've been up to. Where's my torch? If I can find my torch here, I'm going to show you. I found out from someone who viewed the video what gas I gotta get for this little guy. I gotta get map gas and oxygen. So I am going to go price it out and get it eventually and see what I can do with that. This here is an air pick, but it needs ends. It doesn't work right now. So that's pretty much everything. It's pretty damn cold out. My compressor won't even start. If anyone has any ideas, it is an oil, it's a piston compressor. I can do a video on it if anyone wants me to, but it's a bugger to start in the cold. It's almost impossible to start in the cold. So if anyone has any ideas, it's a power built hot rod air compressor from Canadian Tire. It's not that old. It's very, very low hours on it. If anyone has any ideas, I can do a video on it, showing it, and mainly see some ideas on how to make it run better in the cold. I've spoke to other people who've had them. They say that they're tough to start in the cold. Also, the snowblower times pretty soon. It's going on one day next week. I'm going to pull the Troy bolt in here, just drive it in a little bit forward, line it up, and bolt it on. That's all it takes. This is 2 bolts holding that on. 2 bolts, and then it slips on through a sleeve. I'll show you when I take the bumper off. So stay tuned for that video one day next week, and that's pretty much everything. Hopefully this video wasn't too boring. Hopefully you enjoyed, and yes, my second light is still working. It's weird. Did not work all summer, but now it's working again since it started getting cold. So stay tuned for the snowblower, the generator, and the Honda videos. That's pretty much everything. Oh, I want to show you guys one thing here. The spool of wire I have. Yes. That's the price I paid for it. $9.99. $9.99. Here it is. Still has a lot of wire on it. Believe it or not, I've wired this entire shop and a few things in the house with this spool of wire. It was not completely full when I bought it, but I saw it at Valley Village. I had to have it because I would never be able to get this much wire that I've had off this spool for this price brand new. It's probably about 20 years old. I don't really care. When I bought it, I did a continuity test on it. It was fine, obviously, because my lights are still working. I did not use it for the line coming out to my shop, but I used it for wiring in my shop and a couple small things in the house. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. Whoever gave this up gave up quite a bit of money in wire. I believe it originally had over 100 feet on it. I think it was about 200-foot spool, if not more. It has about 50 to 60 feet left on it. More than enough to do this area up here. I've already used it to wire. This wire came from it right here, just a power wire going to my new room. I also use it outside there for the wire going to the plug. So I just wanted to show you guys that. So stay tuned for the next videos. So keep it redneck. Please subscribe and comment, and bye for now.